Hi, my name is Karl. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Dirt bike racer, mover, trucker. I do different varieties of things. I came here to Las Vegas to get an all-on-Ford procedure, and it was fabulous. The whole thing was great. I heard about the office online. I was searching for restorative procedures, and I came across the website, and then I did a little bit of research, and I heard nothing but good things, so that's why I went this direction. Well, I had periodontal disease, I had receding gum lines, tooth decay, missing teeth. It wasn't really good. Well, picked up at the airport, brought here, immediately got in to see the doctor, and yeah, yesterday's procedure I had over 20 extractions and no pain. That's the biggest thing, is no pain. I woke up this morning, yeah, feel great. Didn't even have to take an aspirin. I was always afraid to go to the dentist since I was a little kid. I think that's everybody's fear, is going to the dentist. So yeah, I really didn't like going to the dentist very often. It's probably one of the things that caused all my problems. So, but they make you feel real comfortable here, and after initially talking with the doctor and everything, he's laid all my fears to rest, and I didn't have an issue. Oh, I'd recommend this procedure to everybody that needed it. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to, because I was missing some teeth, and I got a full set of teeth now, but it feels great. I won't be afraid to go out there and smile in public, that's for sure. Oh yeah, for sure I would recommend Dr. Golpa. Yeah, he takes pride in his work, that's for sure. I can see it in the way he reacted with me, and I can see it in the final outcome of my teeth. I'm sure it will. I don't know if it's changed my life at this point, but I mean, I've had my teeth in for maybe 30 minutes now, so I'm sure there's a new life waiting for me outside that door.
Alright, my name's Karl Kuntz, and here is my story. A couple years ago, 12/12/2012, well, actually it was a lot before that. I'm shooting from the hip, by the way, here. I'm not, this is just me talking to you about my experience that I've had getting my teeth repaired, or getting my teeth, I should say. In 2012, I was, my teeth were not so good. They were not so good. Lots of things I did in the past kind of were very detrimental to dental health. So I started researching on the internet to find some way to get my smile back. I wasn't smiling at all. I was, you know, when I'd laugh, I'd have my mouth over my hand, or my hand over my mouth, and yeah, it was not a good situation. I wasn't a very happy person back then. You know, I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've had toothaches, you sat there with ice packs on your face, and, you know, sucking on ice cubes just to make the pain go away. You know, I was there. I know how it is. So I did some research, and at first I was looking at overseas. I said, you know what? Hey, I can go overseas, get this done, you know, and I was looking at the procedures that they were going to do, and they were going to go and do all these extractions, and they were going to put in some implants, and they were going to send me home with like dentures and a bottle of Fixodent or something like that, and then say, come back and we'll put your permanent teeth in and stuff like that. And I was like, nah, you know, that's not kind of the route that I want to go. I don't want to be like that. And then, you know, what happens in the future if there's something that goes wrong or something? Do you have to fly back over there and have them take care of it, you know? So after a lot of researching on the internet, I found found Dr. Golpa's website and looked at all the before and after pictures. Of course, that's what we do. We want to see the before and afters. And then I looked at the testimonials, and then of course you go through the Better Business Bureau type thing, and you look for everything, because it's an investment, getting cosmetic dentistry done. It's an investment. It's like any other thing. You want to make sure that they're legit, and I couldn't find anything wrong. So 2012, I went to see Dr. Golpa, and they picked me up at the airport. They brought me in. They put me up in a hotel. They did all the X-rays, and they went over the procedures and stuff like that for the next day. And I went there the next morning, and bam, they put me to sleep, and I woke up. They had all the implants in. They had all the extractions on. 22 extractions. 22. And they put all the implants in and everything, and then they got to work. They did all the measurements. They did all the casting and everything, and they got their lab, which they have a lab on site. That's the really cool thing about it. They have a lab on site, and they started working on the bridge work, the prosthetics, and I went back to my hotel room, and the next day, I'm at work, by the way. I'm sitting in my semi, just so you see the background kind of thing. I'm at work. That's why I'm not in the studio doing this. Nobody's saying, "Hey, Karl, you want to do this video or something like that?" No, I'm just sitting here, just talking to my phone. So getting back to what I was saying, well, actually, after the surgery, we all sat down, and they were like, "Karl, you need to eat something, blah, 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 blah." Here we're having lunch, and they broke bread with me, and they got me some soup and everything, and then they took me back to my hotel room. And I was by myself, by the way, so this was kind of a scary experience, but, to do by yourself, you'd want somebody there, but they made it totally comfortable for me, so it wasn't as scary as I thought it might be. Waking up after getting all your teeth pulled out and implants put in, it wasn't a scary experience. And that whole night that I was waiting to come back the next morning, you would think that you were going to be in excruciating pain. You were going to sit there with ice packs on your face. I didn't have any pain. There was no pain whatsoever. It was like maybe a mild discomfort or something like that, but it wasn't a pain, So then I went back the next morning, and I got my teeth. I went home with them. I ate normally. It's a learning curve to begin with. It's like the sensation you have, it's something new in your mouth. It's you would think that you're gonna bite something really hard and bite through your tongue or bite through your cheeks, because you're not gonna feel what you're not gonna think that you're gonna be able to feel through your teeth. But now I'm able to feel everything. I can sit there and I can I can bite into my hand, and I can stop before any pain occurs or anything like that. You have sensation. The implants, there's nerves around the implants that I can feel. When I put any kind of pressure, I can feel like they were my regular teeth. And it's wild, man. So after a year, I think I let it go by. I went back to Dr. Golpa, and I guess it's the cubic zirconia on the top. These are the toughest things on the planet. I ride dirt bikes, and I get bashed apart out there on the track, and these things, I don't feel them moving around or anything like that. There's no movement whatsoever. They feel like my real teeth in there, and I do extreme stuff, and I'm not saying that you're out there riding a dirt bike with your teeth, but you sit there and your head gets jarred around, and I don't feel any discomfort or any pain. And if you had a denture in or something like that, I could imagine, racing halfway through the race going, "Oh man, I lost my upper denture, down on the track somewhere." That would suck. But yeah, these things are awesome. as food wise, you know, I eat whatever I want. I'm actually a vegan, so I eat mostly plant-based diet, no meat, no dairy, that kind of stuff. But I still do a lot of chewing and everything, and I don't notice any difference or anything by, you know, chewing. What else? Of course, with even real teeth, you know, you're going to get food lodged in your real teeth, and it's the same thing with these. There's a space above and below. You know, they put a space in there so you can clean out any food or anything that gets lodged in. Just like you would take a toothpick and clean out your real teeth, you do the same thing with this. Use a water pick. You know, they actually supplied me with a water pick and a really cool toothbrush. You know, I mean, they're really great there. They gave me the floss stuff to floss underneath them, to do the implants, cleaning the implants and everything. I just went in yesterday and had a cleaning done, and that was, you know, a year and a half, 2 years later, and they removed the bridges and they put them back in, but they put bigger screws back in because you know, like with anything in this world, if they notice that something works a little bit better, they take care of it. You know, they notice that the bigger screws are better in there, and then I didn't have a problem with the littler screws, but they upgraded me to bigger screws and bolted them back in, torqued them down. You know, it's like working on a car now. You know, they get in there and they got their little torque wrenches and everything, and they torque them down, and they feel great, man. They really do. So I just wanted to put this video together. You know, I mean, it's just on my cell phone, but I know there's a lot of people out there looking, you know, for information on what they should do and who they should go with, and they look at the before and afters, and then they see videos, and all the videos have the same background in them, and they're like, oh, they're all staged videos and stuff like that, you know, and these are just people. But, you know, I'm a real person, and you know, you can call Dr. Golpa's office, and you can even get my cell phone number from him if you want. I mean, I'll talk to anybody, you know, I'll tell them about my experience there. I'm a truck driver. I work for United. Actually, I work for Sudeth, you know, right there. That's a plug for Sudeth. And I move furniture for a living, so it's very, you know, I'm bashing stuff up against my face all the time, lifting stuff up, and, you know, these things doesn't faze them. But I was in Maine, 2,500 miles away from Las Vegas, and I was like, man, I need to get a cleaning done on my implants and, you know, the bridges and everything. And I can go to a local dentist and have, you know, somebody that works with prosthetics and stuff and implants, and have them remove them, because it's a pretty standardized thing. Have them remove them and clean them, or clean up underneath them. They can clean up underneath them without removing them too, by the way. They just go in there, and that's exactly what they did here. But they removed them because they wanted to put more screws in. They didn't have to remove them. But you can go to the local person and get it done. But you know what? I like this office so much that I drove 2,500 miles. I got a load going out here just to come out here to see him. You know, I mean, it's very family orientated. It makes you feel like a family there. Everybody knows everybody. You know, you may be sitting in a room and it seems really, really busy. You know, a lot of things going on, but it's like it's all in motion. Everybody knows their job. Everybody knows what they're doing. Everybody does this, does that. They have the lab like right across the way, right across the parking lot. So if they notice something that needs to be done, they can either take it over there or they can do it on the spot. Like when they pulled out my bridges, the doctor said, hey, you know, there's not enough room underneath these bridges. You're getting a little bit of food that you can't reach with your water pick up there. I'm going to modify it a little bit. He took a little bit off, made it a little bit more of a gap underneath there so I can get up underneath there and clean it out. It's just, I cannot believe that they came out with this technology. I mean, before, you know, and you're sitting there going, oh, I got loose teeth, and, you know, I'm getting to that age, and they're all starting to decay and stuff, and, you know, I'm going to have to sit there and get dentures. But now it's like there's an option. There's a way out, and this was the best option for me. I mean, hands down the best option. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to talk anybody into going that route. Take care of your regular teeth or something like that. But if you're watching this video, you already know there's an issue and you want to get it taken care of. I just think, you know, you can sit there and look at the prices and go. You can go out of the country and I can get it done so cheap over there in India, or go down to Puerto Rico or wherever, you know. But you're not thinking, what if something happens? Where am I going to get this fixed at? Or what am I going to be in for over there? And, you know, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. My dentist is in Las Vegas. He's my dentist. Whenever I need anything done, I'm making a trip to Las Vegas. You know, I mean, it's simple as that. Why not come to Las Vegas? Get your dental work done, play a couple slots, do whatever you want to do. I'm going to watch the motocross tomorrow. It's a win-win for me. I get my dental cleaning, I go watch motocross, and then I'm going out to the Mojave Desert and doing some riding. So, I mean, make a trip of it. So if you got to get cleaned up, get cleaning twice a year or something like that, you can go to your local dentist, or you can fly out to Vegas to get it done. What's it worth having $1 million smile? I mean, when I got home from getting the original dental work done, I had my buddy Karl picking me up from the airport. Karl, the limo driver, and he picked me up and he's like, "What's up, Tony Robbins?" You know, because Tony Robbins has that wicked smile, man. And you know, I just smiling all the time now. I can't stop smiling. So, this is my story. I hope it helps out some people, and you know, I hope one day, if you're not smiling now, you go see Dr. Golpa and you'll be smiling afterwards. There's a lot of good people there, and he really cares about what he does. He doesn't look at it as a job; it's a profession for him, and he's an artist too. So, I mean, he'll look there, he'll see what you need, and he'll take care of you. So, it's my story. All right, that's it.